Oh, yeah. He actually some of the best technicians ever seen. Yeah. All right, real quick, we're going to get started next session with Lee Roper from UNI. I've probably learned more wrestling from this guy than I have anybody else in my life. I've known this guy for a long time. If you can't get fired up and get excited about learning and wrestling, then there's something wrong with you. So I'll leave it up to you.
Long day wrestling, right? Coach, would you rather be than really? I'm sick. You got me. He said I'm gonna get you fired up. I'm actually gonna talk for a second. I promise it won't be long. I won't tell a story. Something I actually learned pretty recently. Why is losing hard? Anybody want me great? Why is losing hard? You work so hard. Like what you said in the beginning, because you work so hard, right? Like if you went out and like you played somebody in anything, tic-tac-toe, you're not gonna get up that upset when you lose. So it's something that I realized just recently about why things are painful in life and why losing can hurt so bad. Because I have something in my life I really try and control. I try and take my ego out of everything. I talk a lot about narcissism with the guys I coach. Like it's built into our society so much that what you do, what I do, is the center of the universe, right? We have to fight that. It's not a healthy thing. And that's why I think that you hear people talk about you win, you live, you lose, you die. That's not healthy. And they might say, well, Roper, you don't want to win enough. Well, I don't know if that's the case or not, but it's not healthy to be that way. There's a healthy way that you can win. So I had to think about, okay, well, man, I've got my ego in check. I work really hard at it. Why does losing suck so much? Because it's not that big a deal, right? In the grand scheme of life, is losing a wrestling match that big of an impact? Does it have that big of an impact? No, it's not that big a deal, is it? Like sun comes up the next day, your mom and dad still love you, your girlfriend might still give you a kiss. I don't know if she's a good one or not. But things don't really change. So I'm really obsessed with peak states, guys. Like I'm obsessed with it. I hunt everything in my life for my peak states and my athletes' peak states, because that's when I can have an influence. Dude, you're really talented, you need a little adjustment and motivation, and you can be, sky's the limit. I'm telling you, you can be a national champion. Crazy talent. Watching you move, watching you create positions, so good. When you really start to get motivated and you know what you do in here today, every action, every shot, every rep shapes your future, sky's the limit. You can be the next, pick a wrestler, Cal Day, Gail Sanderson, or Dan Gable, whoever you want it to be. You can be that next guy. God blessed you with a lot of ability. Not everybody has it. You got a lot of ability to be really good. Whether you use it or not, that's going to be up to you. So I look for peak states because that's when you can get through a lot of BS that goes on in people's head and make a difference. Where I find that peak state in you, whether you're really high or really low, I can flip that switch to where something changes. And it's a permanent change. Just recently, I lost my best friend. I had a dog for 12 years. Some of you guys will have had that experience. Man, he's like part of the family. He's like literally my best friend. And I lost him just out of the blue. Wasn't expecting that. Crushed me. Man, it crushed me. I hadn't cried in a long time, guys. I cried my eyes out all night long. So I lost my dude, my best friend. But me, I'm pretty deep. I reflect when bad things or good things happen. And it got me thinking about some things. And it made me realize that why this hurt. I asked myself, why does this hurt so bad? It's a dog, right? I know it's special to me, but it's still just a dog. But it wasn't that moment. It wasn't that particular moment that caused me all that pain. It wasn't the fact that I lost my dog that caused all the pain. It was the 12 years that I had before. All the great memories that I had of coming home after long days of work. That dude's just fired up to come hang out with me. Bad days, good days, doesn't change. That's what made that hurt. So then it all clicked, like why wrestling was a struggle for me and why it was hard and why losing hurt so bad. It's not that moment. Because if it was that moment, that would be so ego-driven that this little speck of time is that important that it can hurt me. That doesn't. It's not the loss that hurts you. It really isn't. It's exactly what you said. It's all the work that you put in before. So that started switching things in my brain. So okay, now there's nothing bad in my life. Because if it hurts, if it's painful, if it causes me harm, that means I really, really cared about it. And it led me to a decision I had to make. There's duality in life, right, guys? There's good and bad to everything. There's good and bad to everything, even wrestling. I got to talk I do about wrestling being an addiction too. And it made me realize that in this situation, all this pain I have in my heart right now from losing my dog, I got a choice to make, right? I can focus on the moment, the pain of he's gone. He's not going to be there when I get home anymore. Or I can focus on all the great memories I have with him. And that's an easy choice, right? Why would I focus on something negative on purpose? So I realized what caused me pain, and I decided to focus on the positive part that caused it. All the love, all the joy, I wouldn't give it up for anything. So now you guys got a new way to think about losing wrestling matches, right? Dang it, I lost. It's not that moment that caused the loss, it's all the work that you put before that. So then you can be proud. I'm a little proud that I'm upset at this loss, right? Because I worked really hard for this. Now you're not focused on losing anymore, you're focused on the hard work you put in. What do you think you're going to do after that? It's going to get you started back quick, right? You'll move past that loss a little faster. It's still going to hurt because you're working hard, but the more it hurts, the more you care about it, the more you put in. I learned a really good lesson for myself. This was just a few days ago. It made me understand why things hurt in my life and why losing hurts. And as hard as I try and balance my ego, that's still painful. Even like losing dual meter, one guy I'm close with drops a match, it still hurts. But it has nothing to do with that moment. It has to do with all the work you did before. So now that I got my story out of the way, we can get ready to get some work done, right? I was going to go on the mat, do some cradle stuff, but we need to move around a little bit. So I'm going to do some neutral stuff. I'm going to go like David Tater, Kyle Snyder, Cale Sanderson, even throw back, like, I'll give Bobby Douglas some credit. That's where I really picked up a lot of this stuff. And there's actually one of the best clips on YouTube you can find if you look up Bobby Douglas collar tie. I bet I learned more from like that 18-minute clip or 12-minute clip than I have watching a lot of technique. Jax, come on, buddy. This will be fun. I've coached Jack since